comprends.
Oh, ben.
Ok, vas-y.
Okay, everybody, welcome to this first podcast style video that I'm making on this in my YouTube channel. So yeah, I would like to present to you a friend that I met in Mamao. So Mamao, what is it? It's actually a wine bar in Bangkok, in Ekamai Road. I think it's Soi 10, and it's actually owned by four partners, and they are our friend, like actually our mutual friends. And so yeah, we'd like to present yourself a little bit.
For
who you
sure,
are.
for sure. Well, firstly, thank you for the invite. It's very nice to be here. It's a
Uh,
wonderful studio. My name is Marius. Some know me as Lord. And very happy to be here, talk a little bit about music.
yeah, yeah.
We did meet at Mamo. It was a very nice party.
Yeah, yeah.
Good connections there. Would definitely recommend. And yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, yeah. Well, okay. Well, yeah, it was nice. Nice night. I had to. I left it quite early actually, because I didn't want to sleep too late. But actually, I did shoot some videos for my mom. It was a quick video. I just wanted to like practice my camera, and it's actually like I didn't prepare to actually come and so meet you
Yeah.
and meeting everybody else, and so it's actually very unexpected. But it was actually such a good night, and really for those of you guys who want to check out Mamao, I'm 100% suggest you go check out this place. And so yeah, just anyway, maybe tell us a bit more about yourself.
For sure, for sure. So I work in the music industry as well as the wine industry. So two different fields. And I originally come from a sound engineering background. So working in the studio, recording artists mainly in Europe, in Amsterdam, Switzerland, France.
Oh.
And I've been in Asia lately. This is my second trip here. And fortunate enough to connect with the
Yeah.
local music scene, the local wine scene. And yeah, just very excited to be here discovering this. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
That's cool. Okay, well, welcome, welcome to Bangkok.
Thank
And,
you so much.
Yeah, yeah, and I suggest you should go check out. I don't know if you've been to Chiang Mai or.
I haven't seen Chiang Mai just
yeah?
yet. Yeah,
Oh,
I think that
you
should be on
really
my
need.
list.
Yeah, it's for me. This is the second most beautiful place to visit in Thailand. Honestly, for me it's a second home.
For sure.
Back when I was little, actually, I used to go there like once every year, every New Year. I had like a period where my family and my family's friend we would go to Chiang Mai. So nice. I mean, like wow. Yeah, but yeah, it's really nice. But yeah, anyway, I'll present a little bit about myself. I think maybe on my in my previous YouTube videos, or for those of you guys who already follow me. So my name is Lorenzo. I'm half Thai, half French. I am a DJ, music producer. So this is also what got us to connect. Like being in the
For sure.
same passion, same industry, same. I think like I had a discussion with many friends, and I say not only because we like the same passion or anything, but it can be maybe like let's say people who like IT stuff, like computers and IT with techs and stuff. Like they will find their own community, and so with us, we are quite well proud, and it feels nice to be able to meet us, each other, and many other DJs and people. So it's really nice community, and this is kind of why I want to start this format, and yeah.
For sure, for sure. And I think definitely, I think it's important. Community is important, and places like Mamao where we met, I think are very interesting, especially from my position. I find it super interesting to mix the wine scene with the music scene, and I think it's something that goes truly hand in hand.
Yeah,
And
yeah, true, yeah.
It's,
They make me think of Café des Stagiaires a little bit.
of course, yeah, yeah.
The environment, but I haven't been for Café des Stagiaires for a long time because they're quite far from my house, So, but I used to go there. But I think Jean Moulin, DJ Moulin, he did play in Café des Stagiaires.
Yes, yes, I saw the story.
Yeah, I missed it.
I missed it too.
I wanted to join, but then
Yeah, he
he's a
told
good
me.
guy. He's a good guy.
Oh yeah, great DJ, even better person.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, he told me it was quite unexpected.
Oh yeah.
It kind of just happened, but
Ah,
it looked real fun, and yeah, I actually went to Baccarat with him a couple days ago. I think it was a
ah,
German DJ, and
yeah.
it's interesting. It's really interesting to see the difference in the DJ venues in Asia versus Europe.
Ah,
I feel
yeah.
like here there's a lot more variety. You know,
Mm.
it's very interesting.
Actually, see, this is a good question because, well, for those who don't know, me, I never really lived in France. The don't you know like this is the difference between Marius and me. Uh, so well, obviously, we all well, okay, we are both French, but me, I my whole life I was here in Bangkok, Thailand, and so him, he was in France, and so my question is, can you go more in details, like what are the differences between the venue in France and here? Maybe the venue, the atmosphere, the music, maybe, or yeah, just tell us a little bit more.
Of course, of course. I think first of all, it really depends which country you are in,
Mm.
because Europe is quite divided. Like some countries will show a lot of love towards techno music, and that will be the
Mm.
core of the scene. Some countries are maybe more orientated towards hip hop. So
Mm.
the difference lays there. But I think if you compare Europe to Asia, I think we kind of protected the club a bit more in Europe. It's always
Mm.
harder to get in. I feel like
Ah.
the outfit plays a big role.
Okay.
The people you come with plays a
Uh-huh.
big role. Um, I feel like here, of course, there are some more exclusive clubs, but
Yeah,
generally
definitely.
speaking, you have a maybe an easier time accessing the club. You are
Mm.
able to do maybe numerous clubs in one night. I think
It's true. Yeah.
something a bit trickier in France,
Oh yeah.
unless you really know the people or you organize yourself around it. I think
Mm.
it's a bit different. And in terms of music, I think Bangkok especially is super interesting because it's so international. So
Yeah, it's very true. Yeah.
you have very different
Uh-huh.
influences. Yeah, like
Yeah. Many for those who never been to Thailand and never been to Bangkok. Yeah, like so me, I'm quite surrounded by like international friends and people. I have friends like well French, obviously. I know like British friends, half Thai, half British, Belgians, and you know and so on. Even South African friends. But yeah, like here, so my personal experience with going out like nightlife here, it's true. Like I back in when I was in university. Okay, I was already 21 years old. Okay, I'm not going illegally, although maybe a couple of times. Okay, never mind. I'm not gonna go more in detail. But yeah, like what I used to do with my friends back in uni, we used to jump from one nightclub to another one to
mm,
like so we start at the night market. We it's a pre-drink or we go to someone's room and then we go out to first club, second club, third,
yes,
like all until the next morning, and then
yeah.
we go back to one of the guys' apartment and we just jump in the pool and 7 a.m., 8 a.m. we haven't slept and it's like oh my god. But yeah, here for those who haven't experienced the nightlife in Bangkok, I mean, this is something that you can do. I'm not saying that you should, but it's true. Yeah, I guess to say and compare like that yeah like, we like well you did
Hmm.
experience as well, like you went to Cafe de Stagia and then you had experience going to Baccarat and other places as well, right? So
Exactly, exactly, and I think it also maybe is linked to the traveling aspect of it.
mm,
In Bangkok, you know, if you travel from one club to another club, it costs money, but it's less of an amount. Whereas
mm,
in Paris, for example, if you start taking Ubers from one club to the other club, the price you pay is
uh,
similar to the ticket to enter the club.
wow,
So very
oh
quickly,
my
yeah,
god, okay,
like one Uber will be maybe like between 10 and 20 euros, and that will be what you pay to get into the club.
uh,
So if you travel too much and you do
oh
four or
yeah,
five clubs in one night, the budget
oh my
is
god, oh yeah.
the budget is high.
Wow, I didn't know that. Even here, a lot of nightclubs you can just go in for free.
Yes,
Like
yeah.
Baccarat, like I love going to Escape. So I personally play at Escape, and I know some friends who are resident DJs there. So But I mean, like, we go, like, it's open for free, and it's more of almost more of a bar. Not on Okay, like they brand themselves as nightclub, or like, well, Escape and other places like this, rooftops, or branded as a rooftop bar. But yeah, like there are nightclubs in Bangkok that you have to pay to get in, but actually, yeah, it's quite a big difference, right? Like, you can get this expensive in Paris. It's crazy, you know. But wait, I have another question. So, same, sticking to comparing. Maybe this time we compare music of nightclubs. Let's say, well, in Paris and Bangkok, because it's a two capital city, right? Um, I had some people telling me the experience of being in nightclubs in Paris, and that the music are mostly commercial. Is this true? And here is more like underground. You kind of hear a bit of everything. Maybe, is this true? I don't know if you know.
I think there is that element that maybe here the commercial clubs will have more underground music, certainly,
Ah,
but France, it's the average club will be quite commercial, and if you want
okay.
something underground, you really have to go look for it. Certainly,
Oh.
certainly, and I think Paris, being the capital of France, uh, is very interested, and the a lot of the culture is
Mm.
around hip hop, pop
Ah, yeah.
music.
Mm.
You may know this, you probably do, but France is the one of the second maybe biggest country that creates hip hop, and we
Yeah, that's
consume
true.
it a lot. So
Ah.
it's very normal for people to go to the club and listen to only rap, or
Mm.
we have a
I
lot of
see.
African influences. So the Afro beats, maybe
Mm.
the Amapiano, the
Ah.
different things they mix with the hip hop, and I
Okay.
think that is definitely our core music.
Mm.
So that is maybe
Ah.
more commercial in that sense.
Okay.
I think
Yeah,
I think that's
interesting.
true.
Because here is, for me, my feeling of nightclubs and events that we see here in Bangkok. I I feel like, like Mustache, for example, it's techno. It's techno. You go to Baccarat, it's maybe house or tech house. Uh, I think it's pretty rare you will hear hip hop in Baccarat or stuff like this, right? And if you go to Escape Rooftop, Escape Bangkok, they play house, Afro house, or sometime new disco. Like, I feel like Bangkok, each places has already their own style, so it's like, yeah, it's I think this is the difference, right? Maybe so, because we are not the hub like Paris, that are the second most places that produce those musics, like
Mm,
hip hop and stuff. Here, I think, because we're not at that level. Bangkok is not at that level, and so each venues has to maybe come up with their own concept, and so each places has to come up with their own style. I think so, and for those who want,
definitely.
again, if you come to Bangkok, I mean, you will see this is a maybe it's a different perspective, and if you want to go out and stuff, I had few friends. I'm not sure. I think it was it wasn't with you. It was another week. I came to Mama also, and I had some other French friends asked me. Oh yeah, sorry, I was in Durian Radio. I actually met a
Okay.
French. Yeah, I remember. I was in Durian Radio, not Mama. Sorry, and yeah, I met a group of French. They were three, and I was talking to two of them, and one of them was DJing, and yeah, like so they finished the live stream at Durian Radio, because it's a DJ community radio, and they asked me like, oh, they want to hear techno, and I'm like, oh, techno. Well, first thing that pops in my head is Mustache.
Mm,
You want house music, you go to here. You want this, you want that, you go here, here, here. So
very
it's
organized.
already, yeah,
Yeah,
it's a
certainly,
it's a big difference.
certainly.
So
And I think you're very right. This is my impression. Maybe I'm wrong, but
mm,
I have this feeling that here, as you said, there are more clubs, and maybe it's more competitive because
mm,
opening, closing a club, it's
uh,
maybe a bit simpler. Whereas
uh,
Paris, I feel like there are less clubs that open. Like
oh
new
yeah,
club in town, it's like it happened less often, and
ah,
so maybe we have less an incentive to be different and be unique because they already have the space, they have their reputation, they know everything's cruising, you know.
Oh yeah, okay.
Whereas here, as you say, maybe it's more competitive. People
Yeah,
need
yeah.
to define what they do, and it's
Probably,
important. Yeah. But
That's true. Hey, I want to share a little bit of professional experience. So you said that you did some promotion for artists, right? And
yes,
you also did work as a, well, some sort of like, well, event management,
exactly. Yeah.
organizing events and booking artists. Can you tell us more of like the background and experience in this?
Of course, of course. So I played two roles in that aspect. One role would be organizing the events. So
Uh-huh.
that came a little bit later in my life. And then the initial role I had was, I would say, artist management.
Ah.
In France, we say accompagnement d'artiste, which means accompanying the artist. And we were talking about this a little bit off
Yeah,
camera.
yeah, we, like us music or, people who share the same passion, we just click,
For
and you
sure.
just walk into my house and I'm like, we just keep talking immediately, it's amazing. So,
For sure, and I think yeah, so that role it's more handling the parts that the artist maybe don't want to handle. I think it's very important when you work in art to be focused on your art and to have someone who can maybe come in and handle transports, the finances, the organizational aspect of it, so that you can focus on what you're good at. You know.
yeah, yeah, it's true. Yeah, yeah. Actually, I want to share this. And I agree. It's part of everybody's job, right? As an artist, or I would say putting my shoes as a DJ. Um, a lot of people might not know that actually we spend a lot of time organizing, prepping our music, and like I have in some of my USB, I have like 20 GB of music, and 20 GB of MP3 or wave. How much music is inside? It's a lot, and so having to know what to play, what I have in the USB, or what is good for playing at this place at this time. It's a lot of preparation. So it's hard to, as an artist, to do those kind of jobs, like finding transportation, finding this, finding that. I spend like hours every day of preparing for like maybe one night or something. So it's crazy. Like, for those who don't know, this part, the artistic part, it's you have to see it like a job. It's more than you see the result. I mean, people say they see the result. Okay, the result of someone's work is good, but what is behind? How come this guy become good at a job? Even if it's not DJing, right? Can be anything. It can be any job. Seriously,
Very
I'm
true.
talking about I'm talking in general, because everybody everybody just look at the result. They don't really care. Well, okay, they know they should care, but most of the time customers or people care about the result. Oh, do they have a good night? Oh, did okay, I'm editing a video, is this video good for this customer? Are they happy of the result? They don't care how I did the video, or the only thing they care is how good the video is when they finally receive the editing video. Or can be anything, can be someone doing a marketing for a company, and this person did a good job. They don't care how they do. They care about the output only. So it's the same for DJ. Back to talking about like DJing. Yeah, to be at a certain level, uh, for playing in front of people and making the night go on and stuff. There's a lot of preparation, and I personally myself have, I think, 5 or 6 years. I started DJing since COVID, actually. So, it's many years.
Of
So
course, of
yeah,
course,
yeah, yeah.
and I think it's very right what you say. It's a lot about what happens in the shadows, and it's about stamina and endurance. How long can you continue to do this when maybe the results are not there, or like they're not what you want? And I think with Instagram and social networks and all of this, it's very indeed we are very focused on the result and the end part, and not so much the journey, the work
Yeah,
behind.
yeah.
And a lot of it I think happens in your off time, your capacity to keep working, keep preparing the next date that you have, you know, the
Uh,
next event, and if you're able to use your time wisely,
yeah.
you can progress. But people don't necessarily show that part. You know, it's
Yeah,
not the
yeah,
fun part that
yeah.
people want to look at.
Nobody really care.
Yeah,
They only, like, let's say a big artist. For me, my idol is James Hype. All right. Like, people know James Hype because of who he is today. We don't really know him of what took him to become what he is today. Okay, he is sharing his experience now. Like, he makes video, and I personally watch his video because I like James Hype. He share his knowledge. He share, like, he's quite humble person. He said, like, he was broke. He didn't have a room. He didn't have a place to stay. This and that. And I respect that. It's everybody starts somewhere. And yeah, he was sharing a lot of stuff like this, and yeah, I was following him a lot. So yeah, to people don't really watch, or people don't even recognize him before he became famous.
of
Let's
course,
let's put it this way. Yeah, yeah.
of course.
So it's proof of our points, and it's just the reality. But
Of course, and I think you mentioned something very interesting, and I think maybe you see this because you've been here for a few years now. You've been in the game for a while. With DJs, I feel like the music used to speak louder than the visual aspect. You know,
yeah, it's very true.
it used to be like there was a famous DJ, and if you saw him in the street, maybe you wouldn't recognize him.
Yeah, yeah,
you
yeah.
you wouldn't know who he
Yeah,
was.
it's true. Yeah, yeah.
And nowadays the Instagram does a lot of the talking. You know, the pictures, the
Yeah.
videos. Everyone knows what they look like. But back
Uh,
then, it could be someone who was a little bit more,
Yeah, yeah.
discreet.
Actually, I watched some documentary of DJs back in the, I think, 80s, 90s. Actually, the DJ booth were hidden behind the bar,
That's true.
and only now recently in the 20th century and 21st century, like very recently, DJs are being put in front. It's very recent, okay, guys. Like, it's true. You can go and watch it. I personally watched this documentary, and like you can go and search old clubs, a picture of old clubs. That's how it used to be set up, and
Yeah.
I watched well, DJs that became big today, but they used to be DJing behind the bar, and nobody see their face. They only hear the music. So it's very true. So yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, the importance and the focus definitely changes with the years, you know. But I don't necessarily see it as only negative. I think there's good, there's bad, you know.
Yeah,
Because I feel like we have more of a launch pad these days. Someone can create their image, their story from their room. They can evolve a bit quicker. Whilst before, I think the road was way longer and way harder, you know.
Yeah.
I remember a time when there was not so many studios, you know, not so many even home studios. You
Yeah.
would go to certain cities and you would be like, okay, I have to find someone who has the equipment because I can't just hire, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
Now I travel to France. I sometimes go to smaller cities, smaller villages. They have 5, 10
Oh, yeah.
studios, you know. It's
Wow.
we live in a different world now, you know.
Yeah,
But
it's true. Yeah.
I think it's good for young people to be able to connect and to try art early. It's important.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I don't want to keep this video too long, but
For
I
sure.
want you to share maybe some last words.
Of course.
Maybe share three things that you will suggest to someone who wants to begin in this journey in the music or artistic and musical journey. Like, what are the 3 things that you will tell a kid or a beginner who wants to go to this same path as us?
Of course, of course. Well, I would say first of all, you have to be passionate. You have to do it because you enjoy it, because you love it. Anything for me that is art related, you have to do because you want it from within yourself. And if it feels like you're forcing yourself, if it feels like you're playing a role, then maybe you're not going on the right path. So I think that's important. I think secondly, it's important to put your head down, do what you love, work hard, and don't look at the clock. Don't look at your bank account.
Yeah,
It's
that's true. That's true.
it's hard, but,
Like, yeah, yeah.
that's how it is. You have to keep working, keep working, keep working, and finally, myself included, I would say don't listen to everyone's advice. You know, a lot of people have a lot of things to say, especially online.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, you know what's best for you.
It's
You know
true,
what your
yeah.
objective is and what you want, and
Ah.
you have to listen to yourself. It's important to hear other people's opinion too, but don't let
Yeah,
don't let-
don't make it become personal. Don't make it become like dictate where you want to
exactly
go. So, yeah.
exactly. I think that's the one.
100% agree. Yeah.
Don't let it dictate what you do. At the end
Ah.
of the day, you know what you want and you know where you're going. You know,
Yeah.
it's important.
Okay.
But-
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having me.
That's,
and
awesome.
I hope to be back sometime soon.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
excited to see
big
the show.
pleasure. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, next. So we just gonna have fun showing around a little bit of the room and yeah.
For sure. Let's do some music.
I'll see you
All
guys in
right.
the next video. Bye.
Thank you.